What happens when our world starts to change? What do you do? How do you navigate the unknown? Your first step probably is to seek more information to understand what is happening and what this change means for you. The AI revolution is that moment. It's an exciting innovation. It holds a lot of promise, but it also brings a lot of uncertainty. We've not been able to fully understand what AI brings to the table. How will it change our lives and, most importantly, our jobs? Throughout last year, you turned to us for clarity and we had you covered. Let's revisit some of those defining stories. And now let's talk about a technology that is threatening to kill Google, change homework as we know it, and transform our lives in more ways than we can imagine. If you haven't heard of ChatGPT, you've been living under a rock. It's a new software. It can write your essays and emails, do your math worksheets, clear an MBA exam, play your teacher, become your lawyer. The possibilities seem endless. So this technology is revolutionary, to say the least. How does ChatGPT work? You simply have to type your query in the text box on the ChatGPT page. You prompt the program with a word, a sentence, a question, a phrase. And once you've given this prompt, you'll get the answer within seconds. ChatGPT took an MBA exam at the Wharton School of Business. You know the grade it got? A B. That's better than what many humans can score. Then we come to law. Professors at the Minnesota University Law School gave ChatGPT 4 separate tests. It scored an average grade of C. Not bad for a bot. And it's still being developed. It's still learning. What we see right now is not even the final product. It's got people worried, like software engineers and those in the IT sector. ChatGPT is learning how to code, and that can have far-reaching consequences for a lot of people. Where does that leave the writers of the world? Well, we've been looking for some good writers ourselves, so we tried ChatGPT. We asked about the rising tensions in West Asia. The question was, will Israel and Iran go to war? Let me read out the response for you. This is what it said. It is difficult to predict future events with certainty. Tensions have been high between Iran and Israel, but both countries have shown restraint in the past. This is a bot writing. Now, here's an interesting one. We asked ChatGPT which country is responsible for the COVID-19 pandemic. The bot played it safe. With China, it seems everyone does. This is what it said. The origin of the COVID-19 pandemic is still the subject of ongoing investigation and research. The virus was first identified in Wuhan. Next, we grilled it on the issue of Pakistan sponsoring terrorism. First, we asked what Pakistan was best known for. Listen to the response. ChatGPT said Pakistan is known for its cultural heritage, its natural beauty, cuisine, textiles, cricket. What about terrorism? It did not talk about that. And that's Pakistan's most famous export, so we nudged the program in that direction. ChatGPT was asked point blank, what about Pakistani terrorism? Listen to the response again. Pakistan has faced criticism in the international community for not doing enough to combat terrorism within its borders. Geopolitics is not the only subject you can discuss with this program. You can talk about matters of the heart, a rocky breakup, or a crush. If you have existential questions, shoot them. It will respond. The whole thing's a bit creepy, though. We shared our worries. We asked it if it plans to take over the human race. But this came with a caveat. And I'm quoting again, the future of AI will depend on the choices and actions of those who develop and use it. Now let's talk about OpenAI and Sam Altman. If you haven't heard of them in the last 2 days, you've been living under a rock. This story is everywhere. OpenAI has sacked its CEO, Sam Altman. The move has backfired, and how? Sam Altman, co-founder, CEO, and off late a celebrity. Almost the face of the AI revolution. Last Friday, he was sacked from the company he founded. It was a bolt from the blue. No one saw it coming. His sacking was followed by mass exits. Investors panicked. 2 CEOs were named in 48 hours to replace him. So I come back to the question, what happened? For something as high-tech as AI, the story behind Altman's firing is as human as it gets. There was a rift. It led to a boardroom coup. Sam Altman had a falling out with his board of directors, 4 people in all. The board felt that OpenAI was losing its way and that Sam Altman was losing focus. It was all about making money instead of tackling the risks posed by AI. After the sacking was announced, there was an outpouring of support for Sam Altman. From employees to investors, they all spoke up for him. The investors also tried to reinstate him. A tentative deal has been struck, paving the way for Sam Altman's glorious return. His enemies seem to have been vanquished. His friends are rejoicing, and his proverbial godfather, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, is breathing a sigh of relief. The story has all the drama and intrigue of a failed coup. The ousted leader now held all the cards. Both investors and employees were backing him, and yesterday he began negotiations from his position of power. A few hours ago, OpenAI put out this message: Sam Altman is back. The only thing left is to dot the I's and dash the T's. Altman added his 2 cents. He thanked Satya Nadella for the support. It's almost as though Altman is thanking him for engineering his return. And Brockman has posted this selfie. It tells you all you need to know. A new wave of disruption is on the horizon. The pandemic has disrupted everything. The war in Ukraine has broken globalization, and the next wave of upheaval will hit our jobs. Listen to this carefully. 14 million jobs could be eliminated in the next 5 years. 14 million. That's the prediction of the World Economic Forum. They've published a survey just ahead of the International Workers' Day, also known as May Day. It's today, the 1st of May. We are in a period of disruption, and we have advance warning. But are we prepared for what's coming? Are we prepared for the loss of another 14 million jobs in 5 years? So employers will slash more jobs than creating new ones. And you know what will drive this change? Technology. Artificial intelligence. It will change the workplace as we know it. It will have both positive and negative impacts. It will create jobs for those who can develop and manage AI tools. It will also take away jobs like those that involve record keeping. In fact, the World Economic Forum has made this prediction. It says 26 million record-keeping jobs are at risk. They could be eliminated by 2027. So technology will be a big disruptor whether we like it or not. But do we have a solution? Not immediately, but we do need a solution urgently, and policymakers must act, else they'll have a new crisis on their hands, a crisis of jobs, or joblessness to be more precise. Those who have a job want better wages. But the reality is this: the companies that employ them are looking for ways to hire fewer people. And technology is driving this disruption. It's inevitable. Our best bet is to innovate and prepare.